Scenic flights, you're going to get into a small plane like this one, take it up to 1,000 feet and get a bird's eye view. Today from Portugal. Let's see the Algarve Coast from the sky. We'll hike a bit over land and take a boat to visit a few caves. Alright, this is a lighthouse. It tells ships where to go. But what about planes? How do they know where to go? We're going to learn a little bit about that today. Let's start with some history and geography. Portugal is this beautiful country with a lot of history. We started off with its capital Lisbon and went to Porto for a few days. We roamed around a lot. Absolutely enjoyed the place. Jeena. In the south of Portugal, there is this beach town called Albufiera. We are driving there now. If this is the first time we're meeting, hi, my name is Raghu. I'm a private pilot. I usually fly out of this airport called Palo Alto in California. This is my first time in Portugal, and as soon as I entered the airport, I saw a lot of tiny, small, different things.
Number Marila, airport kulla varthukku oru komali dress, security check.
These yellow planes that you see in the background, those are firefighting planes. Their landing gears, those are actually tanks. They pick up a lot of water and go sprayed on forest fires. Looks like Portimao is used for these firefighting operations, skydiving, and the scenic flights that... With my US license, of course I can fly in the US, and any US registered planes, they always have tail numbers starting with an N. But this place is new. Portuguese is not a problem. Air traffic control always speaks English. But this place is definitely unfamiliar to me. So we're going to fly with a very capable pilot, and extremely young, extremely passionate.
It's beautiful.
His name is Pedro. He's going to be our pilot in command today.
First.
Yeah, always English.
Yeah, always.
When I go to places like this, I like to learn about what the place is famous for, dig up Wikipedia to see what people here are up to, and bore Jeena with a few facts. I'm going to do that to you today. First, Portimao. Who's the most famous uncle in Portugal? Vasco da Gama. Portimao had a thriving shipbuilding industry during his times. In these days, in Portimao and in Algarve in general, it gets very cold in northern Europe in winter. This place has beautiful weather and amazing cliffs and beaches, as you can see. So Europeans have invested in a second home here and come over here for winter. Those limestone cliffs that you're seeing on the left, those are like millions of years old. There is a very popular cave there called Benegil Caves. Benegil Caves is famous for one thing. Over the many years, there has been erosion both on top of and on the side of the cliffs. From the Portimao side, you could take a kayak, go around the cliff, into the caves, sit down on the beach. We didn't know about that. We took a boat and it was a lot of fun. If you happen to rent a kayak and go there, let me know how it is. Next up, Albufiera. It's a British town. Wait, what's a British town in Portugal? A lot of British people have come over and settled here. It's a very happening city. A lot of parties happen here, but we went off season, so we enjoyed the beaches a lot. Oh, I didn't tell you this. We are flying on top of the Mediterranean Sea. We took a speedboat yesterday to go visit Benegil Caves, right? The captain of that boat was another very enthusiastic person. You know what they do? They have radios between all these boats, and when one of them spots a dolphin, everybody goes to that area in superb speed, and we all say hi to the dolphins together. We've named those two dolphins Ramesh and Girija. Next up is a resort town called Vilamora. Beyond that is Faro, the capital of this region. And beyond that is Spain. We are not going there, and I forgot my passport. So we're going to take a left and go over these mountains. These days, not many people live in these mountainous regions. Many years ago, there used to be a lot of industries producing corks, stuff that's used to shut wine bottles. Most of the world's corks come from the northern regions in Portugal these days. Let's go back to the waters. That's the southwest corner of Portugal, a place called Sagres. Sagres is Roman for sacrum, sacrum as in corner. Back in those days, there was this prince called Henry the Navigator. He moved here. He started expeditions mapping and charting territories, built a lot of ships. The Portuguese and then the Europeans went over to Africa and the East and did a lot of things. You know the history. And now we're headed to the edge of that cliff. It's called Pity Point. Pity Point.
Pity Point?
Pity Point.
What's the story behind Pity Point? Back in the days when these sailors went off on their long expeditions, the wives of their sailors, they used to stand on top of these cliffs and go into extreme feeling sessions. That's why it's called Pity Point. Let's actually go down there and take a look.
So cool, no?
That lighthouse reminds me, if a GPS does not work, how does a plane know where to go?
Alright, just like there are lighthouses that tell a ship's captain how to go, there are these things called VORs. VOR stands for VHS Omnidirectional Range. It's an antenna that sends out radio pulses. Actually, there's a VOR somewhere back there on top of the mountains. There's an antenna up and down that you can tune in. Each VOR has a frequency. You tune into that frequency and it sends out pulses that the plane can pick up and go direct.
Okay, we're going to land, but before that, I have a simple request. We were in Portugal for 10 days. It's an amazing place with a lot of historical significance. Most places are way less expensive than New York, London and Paris. Food was great. In particular for me, I got a lot of vegetarian food. And most importantly, the Portuguese people. From the immigration officer to the auto driver, everybody spent a lot of time with us, gave us a lot of stories and helped us have a wonderful time. So if you're planning a trip, do consider Portugal. If you're there for 5 days, go to Lisbon and Porto. If you're staying longer, try out this Algarve Coast. We loved it. I'm sure you will too. You made it this far along? Share this video with someone if you like it, and I'll see you in the next video. Point Macoa, Portimao அப்படின்னு ஒரு airport.
Portimao.
Portimao. மேடம் தான் கரெக்டாக இங்கிலீஷ் தமிழ் எல்லாத்தையும் கரெக்டாக பேசுவாங்க.